name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 31st, 2025. It is 5:34 a.m. This is video number 2. So I came across some tweets that I saw. I'm not sure if all of them are from the squad, but I have some tweets regarding the Beckhams. I tried to avoid it, but it seems like there's more to that. There's some stuff regarding William, celebrities, a little bit of politics, immigration, I don't know. Let's just go over it really quickly. This is the first tweet. This was on my last video, I believe on PYTE. First tweet. How it started, how it's going. Alright, so couple tweet videos, I've sort of highlighted this before. So the squad are still talking about it. I think I'm here mostly for the responses of what the squad are saying. Vanessa Feltz hilariously spoofed Meghan Markle's Netflix series. So she was making fun of it. Meghan Markle ripped apart by Vanessa Feltz and Staying with Love. With Love Meghan, I guess. You could read the rest. And now this is how it's going. Worrying time, Channel 5 bosses and crisis talks about future of Vanessa Feltz show just 2 months after launch. Alright, so these headlines I've highlighted in past videos. So let's see how the squad are taking it. Those parasites are learning the hard way. Leave Harry and Meghan alone. Whoever they're taking orders from, who's sitting on their throne, relaxing, and they have no problem in the world, but these gullibles are listening to them. So that's what's happening. And again, I think I said this before. Let's give props to the Brits who's not watching those shows anymore. They don't tune in to watch their negativity about Harry and Meghan. You know, who I think somewhat fed up with this. Okay, with the negativity about Harry and Meghan for no reason. Okay, the untalented and failing old battle axes are always Meghan's worst critics. I love Karma. That cow, Karma caught up with her. Now who's laughing? Alright. Yeah, it can happen to a better person. She's a nasty old woman. You know things are bad when behind the scenes talks are chatted on front porch. Alright. I just love when Karma comes visiting one by one. Alright, so there's more. Let's go to the next tweet. This one is about William. Okay, so that's this here. William is off to the Middle East to negotiate a peace deal. I mean, he's off to Switzerland skiing. So he's going on another vacation. Prince William, I want to bring about real change. Let's see here. I truly like men with beard, but really, I don't know. I just don't think it makes him look any better. I guess he's compensating for his balding or copying Harry, but it's not a good look. Bald men who are confident in themselves are handsome, bald or not. It's all in how you carry yourself. Yeah, I think he's copying the brother. I don't suppose that will include a visit to the area recently hit by devastating avalanches. Okay, I don't know. in Switzerland. Okay, doesn't he know everybody thinks it's a joke? All is going rather spiffily. Well, for one of Britain's biggest benefits cheats. Okay, Will's Middle East piece is my life mission. I mean, this is not funny, but in one video I was showing some images what's going on in the Middle East. This is I don't even know what to say. The people who are in power, who could do something about it, they're really wiping them out. It's almost like the Holocaust. He's forever saying what he wants to do, but never doing it. That's for sure. Not from where you position yourself, underprepared and undereducated, thought you meant to be a political as a prince. Looking like the bloke in the Liverpool car. Willie can't negotiate his marriage, but then his granddad and dad philandered. Every last one of these parasites should be sent to the front line, preferably in Gaza. Okay, the real change is skiing still all the snow melt in Switzerland and still collect millions each month. So I'm editing this video couple hours, almost a day after I first recorded it, and then I came across that video that I just showed you of Switzerland, the area. I believe there's a glacier melting, whatever happened to that town due to global warming, I think. So it was posted a day after William had left, or is it the day before? Let me check. Okay, so the video that had the aerial view from a helicopter of the town in Switzerland was posted on the 29th. And then this tweet of William that claiming he's going to Switzerland, who knows, it may not even be true, but that's what it said. It was posted the 30th. So maybe there's some connection with that due to his earth shot thing. I don't know. I'm just guessing. All right, but instead of him flying over there, I don't know if they need money. Switzerland is pretty okay in terms of financially, but I don't know. I'm just saying maybe there's some connection there. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully he will personally be able to experience the effect of a climate change over there in Switzerland. There's a rolling eye. Skiing in May. Think about it. Let's see the date of this. Do they have the date? There's no date. There's no date. So it could be a headline that was there, God knows when. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, now I have 3 tweets regarding the Beckham. It seems like there were some issues that went on during their wedding. Is that the one? Okay, so let's read this. Let's just say allegedly. What I'm about to read is just allegedly. I was not going to put it on the list, but I came across 2 other tweets. I had to go back to this one to add them on the list, because we know the father keeps on hanging out with the royal family. So, and this is a squaddy who posted it, and that's why I'm sharing it as well. Marc Anthony calling up Victoria Beckham to the dance floor as the most beautiful woman in the room when the bride is right there is disgraceful. But to then hijack the first dance from your son and his new wife, I can't believe it when I read this. Let's put allegedly, because this is on social media, so I don't know the truth behind this, allegedly. But to then hijack the first dance from your son and his new wife and dance to the song that he picked out with his wife. Again, allegedly. What kind of shit is that? It's truly so incredibly evil. Victoria and Beckham deserve all the bad press they get. What? If this paragraph is true, my God. Wow. Okay, OMG, this happened? She does give that kind of energy though. You, Brooklyn and Nicola are going for the jugular, that's for sure. Wait, what is all this? Did this just happen? People got an exclusive, okay, People magazine I guess. People got an exclusive with me and Brooklyn and Nicola have been spilling some tea. Oh my God, there was a tweet, I don't think I have it on the list, that he was in the UK with his wife and then somewhere in the subway. What do they call the subway in the UK? The tube. Okay, this was news right after the wedding a few years ago. I mean, I don't follow them, so if it was in the news, I don't know. I'm just now seeing it because the squad is talking about it. Guests were talking, say it was awkward. Nicola had gone to get ready for the first dance, and Victoria went to Marc, had him cue up a different song to dance with Brooklyn. He really should have told her, no, my wife first. Wow. Thank you for the update. I don't know if I knew about that at the time. I don't know anything about it, but if it's true, my God. The Fable Meghan stands come up with try and defend her. Okay, I don't know. No, this was from Exclusive and People magazine, which means Brooklyn and Nicola have been spilling some tea. Has nothing to do with Meghan, but as per usual, you freaks blame Meghan for everything, including climate change. The mom and son having the first dance. Phew, I would have been a guest at the wedding. Like, yeah, that's kind of awkward. Marc Anthony was one that marrying to Jennifer Lopez. Is that him? Let's see here. Question 1. Who the F is Marc Anthony? He's very popular in the Latin music industry. Question 2. Who really gives a F? I mean, you may not, but whatever. Get a life. Let's see. There's 2 comments here. Okay, singer was married and had 2 kids with Jennifer Lopez. You give a little bit of F since you you led the question instead of reading the sample. Moving on. All right, let's see here. After this, that's it. Let me read bottom up and read some part of this here. It's absolutely disgusting what Victoria did, but some of the blame should be on Brooklyn, as he should have politely said no to dancing with his mom and called Nicola up to the stage. Okay, from what I read, she went to change. I don't know. There's one comment underneath here. Her name is Victoria, whatever. Okay, that's an ad. I don't know. Okay, who's Marc Anthony is a generationally dividing question. Yes, this entire Beckham thing is causing me to rethink my fandom of Victoria. I don't like that. I mean, I don't think I was ever a fan or not a fan, but if she did this, that's kind of, I don't know, disrespectful. I mean, just be there as a guest, a supportive mother. That would be it, but don't go and take over like that. Okay, so there's the People magazine here. The source says tension between the couple finally came to a head after Victoria, 51, allegedly hijacked the first dance at Brooklyn's 2022 Palm Beach wedding to actress Nicola Peltz, 30, even though the couple had been planning on dancing to the song together. Marc Anthony, who is a friend of the Beckham, offered to perform as a gift at the wedding. The source explained, before the song began, Marc Anthony asked Brooklyn to come to the stage and then announced the most beautiful woman in the room tonight, come up, Victoria Beckham. Okay, all of this, my God. What? Did they plan that? The source claimed that the new bride allegedly felt that Victoria ruined her wedding and could understand why. Reps for Victoria and David Beckham and Anthony did not return people's requests for comment. A second insider adds that the entire room was so shocked that Anthony called Victoria's name over Nicola's that a complete silence followed. It was such a jaw-dropping moment that it left the whole room in absolute shock. You could hear a pin drop, the second source added. Okay, guests were allegedly even more surprised when Victoria began to slow dance with her son. Oh my God, it wasn't appropriate. The source says of the moment, adding that everyone then saw Nicola run from the room crying. Wow. I guess that blame also, like some of the people were saying, if this is true, a little blame to the son, Brooklyn. Nicola felt like Victoria did this on purpose when she knew it was a pre-planned romantic dance meant for Brooklyn and Nicola. Wow, my God. What she couldn't understand was why. Yeah, that's messed up. That is messed up. What the hell? Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet. Another one regarding the Beckham. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry, but everyone knows what's going on with the Beckhams and the daughter-in-law. Victoria thought her daughter-in-law will suck the ground she walks because they are famous. Instead, that B, that's the B word, is US all money and doesn't really give a shit about those Brits. Yeah, I learned that they are very rich, powerful. So, okay, I don't know. everything that I'm thinking, I have to think twice. Let me just keep my mind to myself. Okay, just like the British royal family thought that Meghan, a very smart, highly educated, strong, mixed-race, independent woman, would just shut up and lower herself because they proved to be so much lower than her on everything. She is much better than them, just like Diana was. Okay, you spell spoiled brat wrong. I agree. The way David sucks up to the royal family is embarrassing. Yeah, I guess that's the cushion he's associate himself with. Oh my God. We may share the English language and some custom, but the British establishment needs to come to terms that American women are not like their English roses, and that's okay. American women will not tolerate their abuse. We will go into 1776 mood with the president that we have here. Okay? And I think they're part of that issue too, what's going on in the US, with the government, what we have here. Victoria should be happy that her untalented son landed a heiress. Instead, she probably wanted him to be dependent on her and Bex in order to keep him under control. Maybe, I don't know. Especially the new monies, celebrity and sport personality ones. Okay, also, why did the Beckham move to the US in the first place? I think they moved back. I don't follow any of them, but occasionally I take little glimpses here and there. When Beckham, the husband, his career, soccer, football, had ended in Europe, he moved to the US because the US is not that good in terms of soccer. All right. So I think it was around the time where they were just starting to make the league, soccer league. I don't know what they call it. And he was playing for one of the teams in the US. And I think that's when they moved there. From this point on, I don't know if they're still in the US. Okay, so it was for sports. Also, why did Beckham move to the US in the first place if they want to live in the past glory of the malignant Great Britain? Vicky expected the daughter-in-law, Victoria Beckham, expected the daughter-in-law to be automatically differential, and David Charlie Brown is consumed with chasing and knighthood football from the manipulative monarchy. Yeah, some people said was it not Victoria, Brooklyn's wife married down. Next tweet. So still about the Beckham. Imagine bullying an heiress. Mind you, she married down by marrying a Beckham. There's that here. Victoria Beckham left son Brooklyn's bride, Nicola Peltz, in tears at the wedding after ruining her first dance. Alright. Did I take the link? Okay, I'll share the link with you guys. I'll click on it, but I'm not gonna read it. Alright, so let's go back. Let's see here. They're asking Twitter fact checked here. Please explain this to me like you're explaining to a 5-year-old South African. Okay, imagine you at a big party, like a wedding, where 2 people are getting married. There's a special dance for the new... I'm laughing because of the question. Explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old. There's a special dance for the new couple, like a big hug to show everyone they're together. At this wedding, a singer was supposed to call the bride and groom to dance, but he called the groom's mom instead. This made the bride, Nicola, super sad, and some say she cried because it felt like her special moment was taken away. But some people said the couple already had their dance earlier, so it wasn't such a big deal. Okay, I don't know, and I didn't read the full article, so I'll leave the link in the description. You guys go do the reading yourself. Nobody's sure exactly what had happened because the family hasn't said much. It's like when someone takes your toy, but maybe they didn't mean to, and everyone's still trying to figure it out. Alright, so it seems like this is something they should talk privately. Alright, figure it out. But for Mark Anthony to say the most beautiful woman in the room, come on. Where's the respect for Beckham and the respect, both Beckhams, the guys, Brooklyn and what's the other one? The one who's chasing the alphabet OBE thing. Okay, let's go back to the squaddies thing here. Okay, LOL, she won't have dream of the media coverage she recently got if it weren't for Beckham's name. Okay, who? Okay. And who says she loved the media coverage? That's another thing as well. Okay, they're talking about the Brooklyn's wife. Did she do something? I don't know. This feud has been ongoing way before the wedding, and she's a Zionist and good friend with Elon. I don't care about all of this, but whatever. Oh Lord, what? She really did marry down. She's incredibly wealthy. Brooklyn on his own is not. Alright, the Zionist will be fine. She and her MAGA family, her dad donates to GOP figures. This is something many people need to understand with rich people in the US who have all money and all of that. This is not to say I agree with them. Unlike, let's compare those big, powerful, all money people in the US and those poor MAGAs. The difference is the rich Zionists, whichever you want to call them, who voted for Trump, there's a reason for that. It's for their best interests. So I could understand why they vote for Trump. But the other poor MAGAs for voting for Trump, this is the thing I can never understand because it's not benefiting them. So people need to look at the leverage. Again, this is not to say I agree with them. Okay? But the difference is the mindset, why they vote for who they voted for. The two type of MAGAs, the rich and powerful and the poor with no money. Poor is pretty much no money, who don't have a say on things. Why did they vote for Trump when they already know Trump doesn't give a shit about them? So the other ones, the rich and powerful, I could understand why they vote for Trump. Because he's there to help them keep what they have. Okay? That's it. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. And then at the end of the day, when you look at everything, those MAGAs and the royal family, same boat. Okay? Same boat. Next tweet. Now, different topic here. Now, I don't know if you guys know who... Let's pause this. I will play that later. Brian McKnight. He's a singer. Is he retired? I haven't heard any of his song. And these are people I don't follow, but I'm aware of him. Okay? So it seemed like there were some issues with him and his adult kids. I'm going to click on that, but I'm not going to read it. Okay? This is for me to leave the link in the description for you guys. I'm going to focus on the tweets only. Niko McKnight, which is Brian McKnight's son, a estranged son of Brian McKnight, reportedly dies of cancer. So this is the tea here. Niko had, quote, been bravely battling cancer for the past 2 years or so, said Claude McKnight, his uncle. So let's listen to this. 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
So all day, I said to myself I wasn't going to post about this. And as the day wore on, I realized that how could I not post about this? This morning I found out that my nephew, Niko McKnight, passed away.
Wow.
He'd been bravely battling cancer for the last 2 years or so. And I have a lot of feelings right now. I'm not going off a script or anything like that. I'm just going to be raw with how I'm feeling. Niko was one of those amazing kids who was quirky and curious and ridiculously talented. Amazing singer, an amazing guitar player, had a great eye, was a photographer. And just one of those kids that, at least in my estimation, was somebody you always wanted to be around. And so it really sucks that he's no longer with us. And I will also say, probably one of the reasons why I wasn't going to post about it is I post a lot of things, but I don't post a lot of really, really
personal,
serious subject things, or certainly family things.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to post this about Niko about his legacy, about how amazing he is, and not about what some of you may have heard about, the family drama that has existed for quite some time in our family. I'm not here to discuss that or to talk about how that happened or why it happened. This is not the time or the place, but what I will say is, in any situation, there's always at least three sides to a story. There's my side, your side, and the truth. And the truth a lot of times is somewhere in between. So here's the thing. I don't know exactly what was going on there. I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard from all parties involved. And I try not to judge. I just try to be as loving to each person as I can be, because apparently there's so much hurt going on, or was so much hurt going on, that a lot of things didn't get resolved. And again, I want to go back to Nico. I know that kid had a lot inside, a lot eating at him for a long, long, long time. That may have contributed to what happened with him. What I do know is he's out of pain now. And so I can rejoice in the fact that he no longer has to go through the chemo and the radiation and everything else. But I just want to uplift that young man and say we will see him again one day. I love you, Nico. Uncle Claude.
I don't know. I haven't following it. I'm aware of some of those issues, but it is what it is. Like he said, there's three sides to every story. His side, the truth, and each party's side. I don't know. But whatever it was, it is what it is. Let me leave that alone. Okay, oh no, may he rest in peace. Sad, real talk. I love Brian as a musician, but after the way he did his children, I hope this eats him up for the rest of his life. Okay, Brian is going to hell, I swear. Okay, like this guy was saying, we don't know the full story. It could easily, okay, just in general, it could easily be some disagreement between mother and father, and then the disconnection. Let's leave that alone. Let me move on to the next one. Another topic that has nothing to do with each other, that has a little bit politics. I don't even think I'm gonna go in the comment. How will I show this? Because there's some swaying, some weird movement. Okay, why is the media ignoring this? I'll try my best to show the video, because YouTube usually flag me for every videos that I show.
Well, it's a very sad case.
Oh my
it's
God.
A case we win. We can't lose that case because we have the right to make grants. We're not going to make any grants like that. But I don't think Harvard's been acting very nicely. I think Columbia wants to get to the bottom of the problem.
What the hell?
They've acted very well. And there are other institutions too that are acting, but Harvard's trying to be a big shot. And all that happens is every
Look at his face.
3 days we find another 100.
That's a weird movement. And I saw somewhere, maybe I'll look for it. He was leaving somewhere with somebody else's wife. I'll look for it. Let me pause and go look for it. Oh my God, the thing that's happening over there. There's a lot of tweets talking about this, but I'm just gonna pick this one. Okay, Stephen Miller's wife leaves White House to work with Elon Musk. Ex jokes he lost his wife to a billionaire immigrant. Okay, so it was a joke on Twitter that his wife left him to go work with Elon. But anyway, I thought it was something different, but never mind. Let's leave that alone. This is my last one. I thought it was completely something different. All right, so now with immigration. All right, this is a TikTok video, the karma of immigration. Let's listen to this, and then that'll be it.
If you don't want immigrants, stop bombing other people's countries. It's that simple. Stop stealing their diamonds, oil, gold, lithium, their natural resources, their wealth that they need in order to build their country's economy and to make it possible for all of the citizens who are born in their country to afford a decent living. Yeah, stop stealing their chance of survival and letting the billionaires in BlackRock get all of their wealth, and you will never have a immigrant problem ever again. But you can't be in support of all the terrorist your country does, and them stealing other people's wealth, creating militias to overthrow their governments, destroying their governments, and then you're surprised, I can't believe we have immigrants. I simply can't believe that anybody would come to our country. Why the do you think they're coming here? You went to their place first. You went to their place first. You wrecked it. You stole a whole bunch of all the that you claim to have. You stole it from them. And then, did you think they were just not gonna fight for their lives? If you don't want immigrants, stop bombing other people's countries. It's that simple. Stop stealing. If you don't,
That's pretty much that. I've said this when I used to talk about the UK. I have a screenshot, I think I still have it, where they're going somewhere in Kenya's village, setting villages on fire and all of that. I'm like, where do they expect those people to go? They're creating chaos in those people's homeland, but when the people are trying to look for another place to live, they don't want them to come to their shore. There was another incident where there were some immigrants on a raft in the middle of the ocean. France did not want to take them. The UK did not want to take them. I don't know what happened. Did they drown or something like that? These people are full-blown evil. They are full-blown evil. And that brings me to that other video that I had. I think it's a TikTok video where, was it in this video I was talking about it? Where I said it's good that, in a way, okay, I'm not saying I'm happy that he is president, but because the state of mind of many Americans, they didn't see reality. So having Trump, doing what he's doing, where people are actually finally seeing what's going on, maybe it was a good thing that Trump is in office. Just in case if I didn't put this video and the video clip that I'm making reference to, I'll put it here. Because I spoke about it earlier today. I did 2 videos, so I'm not sure which video that I mentioned it. So here's the TikTok video.
I got an unpopular opinion, but I think that Donald Trump might be the best thing that ever happened to America. And I'm not trolling. Hear me out. See, I didn't say that because I support his politics or praise his policies. I said it because for the first time in a long time, America is being forced to look at itself in the mirror, and it's extremely uncomfortable. Ugly, messy, but necessary. See, Trump didn't invent division, racism, or greed. He just ripped the bandage off the wound that the country has been pretending doesn't exist. And in doing so, he made people who were asleep finally wake up. He made people start asking real questions. Why are rights being stripped away? Why is truth under attack? Why are so many clinging to power when the rest of us can barely afford rent or mortgage? See, this is not about loving or hating Donald Trump. This is about understanding that the chaos that is Trump exposed the fractures in our foundation. And sometimes you gotta break it to rebuild it stronger. And now maybe, just maybe, we'll finally have the discussions about race, history, class, democracy that everybody's been avoiding for decades. So go ahead and drop a comment. Agree, disagree with me, educate me, whatever you want. Because if we don't talk about it now, when will we?
So I agree with this woman. So sometimes people need to feel certain things. We try to avoid for them to not feel it, but prevent them from experiencing it. So in order for them to understand, they have to go through it. And this is the stage that we are in right now in America. Self-destruction, and the poor are feeling the thing. The pain that many African Americans were telling them, don't vote this way. All right? So that is it. I'm not going to go in the comment section. I came across it and I thought I'd share some of these things with you. All right? So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And check PYTE. So I've put some videos there as well. So you guys, this one I just made public. So you guys could go and check that video out. that channel out, and there's stuff about Harry and Meghan that I talk about. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.